land. Because that's what's getting ready to happen. This whole land is getting ready to be destroyed. All right, and the weapons of his indignation are the thermonuclear or ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, which we call thermonuclear missiles. All right, are the weapons of the Most High's indignation. All right. Um, let's go. Let's jump over here real quick to Jeremiah. Jumping over real quick to Jeremiah 50, and I'll start at I'll go right to the point. Well, I'll read. Yeah, let me read both of those. Yeah, come. So Jeremiah 50, 24 and 25. It says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, which is America." All right. It says, "And thou was not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. Yahweh had opened his armory and had brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, which is America." Okay. So, well, actually, I'm gonna read the next one too. Verse 26: "Come against her to the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left." And that's talking about the last plague of this place. All right, when the Most High caused this place to be hit by those missiles. Okay, so that links up with Isaiah, the 13th chapter. All right, this place is getting ready to be wiped out, man. The Most High Heavenly Father is going to take this place out. All right, it says destroy the whole land. It said in Jeremiah to leave nothing of it. All right, so this place, the end deal for America is that for it to be destroyed. All right, like I said, it's going to happen by way of those missiles. So they actually take this place out. All right, so if anybody of our people, you got Jake out there that's thinking that America's going to continue on. You got Jake that's hoping this place revive and thrive financially and continue to go on. All right, but this place is only going to go, the bounds that the Most High have set for it. All right, and then after that, once it gets to those bounds, it cannot cross. Because the Most High is the one that set the bounds. All right, meaning what? He's the one that set the time of an empire, when it should rule and when it should come down. All right, it's all up to the Heavenly Father, the Most High Himself. All right. It says, verse 6: "How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand; it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty." The day of Yahweh Shema Shai is at hand. It's going to come from it's going to come from the Almighty. A sword destruction. All right, it's going to be because this place is going to be utterly wiped off the face of the earth, man. All right, for its wickedness, man. All right, the Most High is going to cause this place to be destroyed. All right, it's going to go out just like Sodom and Gomorrah, because the scriptures call this place Sodom, Egypt. Meaning that it's like the old Egyptian captivity that we once was in, and this is new Egypt. All right, and also it's like Sodom and Gomorrah, with the LGBT community. So this is Sodom and Egypt. In a nutshell. All right, truly indeed. All right, so the Most High is going to destroy this place. All right, because this is, and the Most High said surely He will destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. He destroyed it. And He said it's an example for others that should live ungodly. All right, and so America is no different. All right, that's how you know right there that America is Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. Because everything that happens in Sodom and Gomorrah happens in America, in so-called America. All right. Verse 7: "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." Yeah, even with the plagues that's going to hit this place, as far as the famine, the pestilence, all right, and the civil unrest, the race war, all right, people going to be in fear, man. All right, it says their hearts shall melt. It's not talking about literally their physical organ that pumps the blood, which is known as your heart. The word there in the Hebrew is lab. All right, meaning your mind. All right, you have a mental, what you call a mental breakdown. When all hell breaks loose, people are going to be scared. They're not going to know what to do. All right, people are going to be in shock, in awe of what's going on around them. All right, like the prophet Amos said, it's going to be hell on all sides when he broke down, if a man did, flee from a lion and a bear met him, or escaped a bear and, ran in the house and in the wall, serpent bit him, roughly paraphrasing in Amos, all right? But what the prophet Amos has said, all right, about, the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh, all right, about Shem Yahushua, all right, so, people are going to catch hell on every side, and they're going to bug out. It's going to cause people to actually have a real mental breakdown, where they're not going to, know what's going on because they're going to be in a state of shock, all right? So you understand, they're going to be in a state of shock for what their eyes are witnessing, all right? What they're witnessing with their own eyes, all right? Whether it be their loved ones or whether it be them, all right? People are going to want answers, and in that day, there won't be any, all right? Let's read some more. My mouth was dry as a firecracker. It says, verse 8. Verse 7 again. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. What, they're going to be afraid? Pangs and sorrows mean what? They're going to be terrified, man. They're going to be in so much fear in that day. See, right now, people are not in fear, all right? Yeah, where people are not in fear, especially 2/3 of our people who should be in fear of what the Most High's wrath is going to be, all right, concerning the judgment of this place, and the judgment is going to be upon them, all right, for being wicked, all right? It says, they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Right? They're going to be what? Doing the Macaulay Culkin look. All right? Doing the, what's the, with my man, what movie was that? Slocky. Damn. I just had it in my mind. But anyways, though, one of those Eddie Murphy faces when he make that surprised look, all right, it's gonna be, you're gonna be looking like this pretty much in that day, like what the hell is going on? You watch a scary movie, and you notice how the character, they be scary, or they're trying to hide and get away, they be shaking and in such panic. That's how people gonna actually be, man. All right, and during that time, Jacob's time of trouble, which is the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, that's going to be our time of trouble for our nation, all right? And you're going to bug out, man. All right, you're going to have mental breakdowns, all right? You especially you tough jakes, man, out there, man. You want to be tough guys and think that shit is a game all the time, man. All right, the Most High's not kidding, man. He's not fucking around, all right? He's going to actually cause a lot of y'all to actually cause a lot of y'all, to get caught with some of these plagues, man. Because you're so wicked, man. And ain't no other choice but to get you correct through, this destruction, man. Especially that fire. For a lot of you hard-head, you hard-head, soft asses, Israelites, man. All right. Let's go to the book of speaking of Jacob's time of trouble. Let's touch on that real quick, so you understand what I just said, man. All right, because Jake out there think the Most High is going to let this place go on. All right, the Most High is not going to let this place go on forever. All right, we're at the end of this place, end of our captivity. All right, you should be in the rejoicing, your state of mind, and the Most High is getting ready to redeem us. But instead, you want to stay in America. All right, you want to stay here, bitch and whine, all right, and complain. All right, about what's going on to our people when Esau kills them, murder them. All right, but when we tell you, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to hear it. So you're gonna keep on continue to see people being murdered and slaughtered in these streets, man. All right, so the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. Starting at verse 4. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. And that's the whole kingdom, man. Southern and northern kingdom, man. All right. So this is all you Israelites, so-called Negroes, so-called Puerto Ricans, so-called Haitians, so-called Native American Indian, so-called Chileans, so on and so forth, so-called Mexicans, so-called Seminoles, so-called Cubans, all you, so-called Dominicans, all you tribes, man, all the 12 tribes, man, Panamanians, Puerto Ricans, all right? All you tribes, man, it's concerning all of you, all right? It says, for thus said Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and of peace. Yeah, we're not telling you, any peaceful words. All right, we're telling you words that should make you tremble and be in fear of what the Most High is getting ready to do. All right, and even the prophet Esdras was scared when he seen that destruction in the vision. Within the vision he was given. All right, he was like, he was like, man, woe is me, who gonna deliver me in those days? You should be feeling like that as well. You tribes, man. You should be asking yourself that. Who's gonna deliver me in these perilous times that we're coming into? Who's gonna deliver me when all hell breaks loose? All right. I got. If I have children and a wife, who's gonna deliver me in these times? All right. That's what should be going through your mind. How I'm gonna make it through this, through these plagues, man. Who's going to deliver me from these plagues is going to happen. All right, from the ultimate destruction, which are those missiles. All right, who's going to save me in those times? You should be thinking like that. You should be in trembling and fear and doing the will of the Most High. All right. The scriptures say, "Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." So even that's what we doing. I had a pretty much what we call a god brother. He lost his daughter, in the house fire, yesterday. Yesterday night, the night before last, I'm sorry. And instantly, when I heard of the situation, I started trembling in fear because I know that the Most High is going to begin in His sanctuary, which is us, the children of Israel. That should make you fear because you realize how judgment is given out. You realize who give and take life. And that's the Most High Himself. So it instantly made me fear, or it instantly reminded me of the fear I have of Yahweh Shai. All right, because of the Most High, being the giver, like I said, of life and death. Man, it's what Paul says, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of living power. You don't know, when you're gonna die, man, or how you're gonna die. All right. But what's most important is that you know what you're dying for. All right. Ain't nothing worth dying for outside of dying for Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right? But dying for your wickedness, that's going to be a horrible death, man. When all hell breaks loose and you Jake started talking these plagues, man, it's going to be a horrible death for you 2/3, man. All right? And the Most High is great and terrible, man. I haven't said that in a while, but the Most High is, man. He's great and terrible, man. He'll get you, man, when you're most comfortable, man. Or you thinking life is good, man. The Most High get you, man. All right. And that's something that you tribes don't realize, man. You know, the Most High put us in slavery. The Most High put us in this condition. All right. He's someone to be in fear of, man. All right. And the ones of you that don't choose to fear the Most High, you're gonna fear in that day, man. In the day that the days I'm talking about, start starting these, when these prophecies starting to happen, you'll know that day is come. That day is here. All right. When you get caught up in those plagues, man. All right. The Most High he may cause your family to be starving to death, man. There's nothing you can do about it, you know? But just sit there and watch as you slowly die. Alright? So it's important to fear the Most High, man. Alright? You know, you don't know what you did in your past lives either. You know? You better get yourself together, man. Alright, scriptures say awake thou the sleepers, man. You tribes out there are asleep, man. So what's going on, man? To hell with this election, that's a big distraction, man. Alright? That's a big distraction of what's really going on. Alright, because what's really going on is the destruction of Esau's kingdom. Alright, and judgment. Let me continue on. Where I'm at. Verse 5, Jeremiah 5:35. For thus said Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and of peace. Actually, and that's how you know who real men of the Lord is, because we're not prophesying to you about peace, we're prophesying to you that things should make you fear, man. Anybody who's prophesying of peace right now are not in their right mind. All right? I just want to say that. All right, so verse 6, it says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Right, does a man go and labor with a child? The answer is no. All right, even though, you know, Esau, the devil, he's being trying to make it possible. All right, you actually got men out here that's actually trying to, be women, man. You know, transgenders and shit like that. So, anyways, continue on. It says, actually now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. All right, so you know, this was going to actually take place. You know, men are actually going to be in so much fear, man. They're going to be like a woman and child, man. A woman is, you know, very belligerent with her, a moment of trembling and fear when she's getting ready to go in labor. You know, she's so belligerent with her animated, body movement. You know, she's grabbing on you, you know, grabbing on the things. All right, yelling and shit. You know, panicking, losing their mind, and they're so scared. All right, same with you men out there, man. All right, you Israelite men out there going to be, you know, in so much fear, man, of what's going on. You're not going to understand what's going on. All right. It says, verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. So, you know, that day is great, so that none is like it. You know what I mean? And it's talking about the time of trouble is going to be for our people. All right? It says Jacob going to be saved out of it, you know. And that's talking about the elect. All right? The elect, all right, of our people. Lord, we're a part of the elect, you know. Because now you Israelites going to make it, man. All right? Zechariah 13:8. 2/3 should be cut off and die. You know, shall be cut off and die. Meaning what? They're going to be put to death, man. The Lord going to put you to death, man. It says, but the third, you know, the third part, which the elect come out of the third part, is going to make it onto those chariots, you know. So And once you are the 2/3, right, you're gonna have it where you're gonna be faced with your calamity, man. All right. Now, when your calamity comes and all hell is breaking loose and you're in such a state of shock, all right, the Most High gonna be laughing at you. Oh, snap. It's like my nose is steady trying to run. This is it's like it's the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs. 1, chapter 1, verse I'm gonna start at verse 23. It says, "Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. The Most High making known His words to you by using us as vessels." All right. It says, "Because I have called and ye refused. I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded." The Most High is special. I'm sorry, I said special. The Most High is stretching out His hand to you tribes by, again, using us as His vessels to call out to you. All right. So what? Give this knowledge to you. All right. Speaking to your ears, what? The word of prophecy. All right, the words of prophecy. All right, which the Most High will cause to be put in our, our mouth and hands, or hands, mouth. Because why? We pick up this roll, which is the scriptures, and we ate it. We ingest it. All right, by our teachers teaching us. All right, and we're giving it back to you. All right, we're passing it down. We're passing it along. All right. We're telling you to do the same thing. Eat this roll. All right. It says, "Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof." Here's the point right here. "I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh." Right. So when you're going with when you're faced with your calamity, I'm sorry. All right, the Most High is going to actually laugh at you. He say, "He will mock when your fear coming." Now, this is calamity from the online etymology. It says, damage, state of adversity, a great misfortune, or cause of misery. All right, so it says, oh, hold on, damage, loss, failure, disaster, misfortune, adversity. Look, when adversity hits you, when adversity strikes, it's a saying. All right, what are you going to do? All right, who's going to be there to comfort you? Who's going to be there to give you the mind to be spiritually strong? All right, to be mentally strong that day. I'm sorry. All right, how your spirit going to pan out that day? You don't have any spiritual strength because you don't have any faith. All right, you're not spiritually awake. You chose to be spiritually dead, man. Or you want to be spiritually dead because why? You despise the words of Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, a cause of misery. You're going to be miserable, right, when you watch your loved ones die around you. All right. See, Esau's kingdom being destroyed involves 2/3 of our people being destroyed right along with it. All right. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. 2/3 of our people have been, mentally and spiritually embedded in this place so much so they don't want to depart. All right, they don't want to depart from this place. All right, this is all they want to know. All right, they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave Esau's. They don't want to leave out the. They don't want to leave off from being up under Esau, him oppressing us, all right, and abusing us, and murdering us all the time, taking advantage of our people. They don't want to leave that. They want to remain in that. Right? So the Most High is not going to, matter of fact, what the Most High say in the book of 2nd Esdras, let's go right to it. 2nd Esdras 15. All right? Let's see here. Verse 10, yeah, it says, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. All right? Now, why did it say that? Because it's talking about Egypt now. All right? We already been delivered from the old land of Egypt. All right, Mount Zarium. We had been delivered from there already, the Egyptian captivity. But it's not talking about that. It's talking about what I was speaking about earlier, Sodom and Egypt. All right? America being Sodom and Gomorrah and Egypt all over again. All right? The Most High saying He's going to suffer us to dwell here anymore. All right, so the Most High is going to actually deliver us. All right, that's a good thing, man. Because we need to be delivered. We need to be saved from these devils, man. All right? I had in mind. Let me grab it real quick. Actually, I'm that same chapter of 2nd Esdras 15. That's where I want to go. Slack. Actually, let's go back up. Let's more on that slack, because that's going to the hey, what's going to happen in this place, I actually want to read, a few scriptures on that within that particular chapter of 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. So let's go back to it. 2nd Esdras 15 and 10. I'm gonna read that again and go on down. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before." That's another indication that it's not talking about old Egypt. It says, "and will destroy all the land thereof." That's how it's talking about America. All right, because there's people living in the old Egyptian land right now. All right, it's heavily populated by so-called Arabs. All right, but you have other people living there as well. All right, that's how it's not talking about destroying all the land of that place. It's talking about destroying all the land of America. All right, again, America is talking about Egypt. All right. All right. So it says, verse 11, "So I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Verse 12, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall," and there's going to be great plagues, man. Like I said, pestilence, famine, race war, civil unrest, same thing. All right. So civil unrest going to cause a race war, because I'm telling you, man, racial tensions are man. Even the politicians know it. Like, racial tension is at an all-time high. All right. You don't have any Martin Luther Kings around. It's going to try to soothe the people anymore. No, All right, there's going to be a time now where all hell going to break loose. You're going to actually have a race war, Right, it says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting of hell and with a fearful constellation." Right, the Most High is going to cause this place to be taken out, man. All right. Verse 14, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Yeah, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, right? Woe to the earth and the people that dwell upon the earth. All right, because why? The Most High is going to bring great judgment. It said punishment. All right. The Most High is not kidding around again, man. He's going to actually cause, people to be put to death, man. Our scriptures tell you that the slain of the Lord shall be many. All right. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, so one people should stand and fight against another people. All right, and swords in their hand. That's a race war right there. All right, civil unrest. All right, civil unrest is going to happen. It's getting ready to happen in America. All right, it's going to happen real soon, man. Civil unrest, man. Because of why? The Most High is going to cause this to happen. All right. Verse 16. And first of all, with swords in their hands, you look at all the many groups that are armed and loaded with guns and walking about the streets, man. All right, of America, man. All right, people are clutching their guns. They're ready to let those bullets fly, man. All right, they're ready for war, man. All right, you jakes out there, me and myself, they over, in their little royal areas and wherever they dwell at, all right, and even in their little towns and little cities, all right, they got their rifles polished, springs replaced, they're ready, man. Out hitting targets, all right. They out hitting targets. They're getting ready for this civil unrest, man. All right. It says, verse 16: For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their hand. So, sedition meaning violent strife. All right, violent strife among men. All right. All right. It said also invading one another. All right, invading one another. Kicking in each other's doors. You may be laid up with your family in your home. Another man, or other men, all right, may bust through your doors, man. May burst through your doors and kill you and your family. All right, all manner of things going to happen, man. When all hell breaks loose, man. All right, a lot of women going to be getting raped and all kind of shit, man. Scriptures tell you in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter. All right. All right. Matter of fact, let me get there real quick. Let me jump over there. Isaiah 13, verse 16. It says, "Their children also." This is talking about Babylon. It says, "Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished." All right. So, some of your children are going to die out here, man. All right. Your house is going to be spoiled. It's going to be destroyed. And the wives ravished. All right. A lot of things are going to be happening, man, when all hell breaks loose, It's a different type of code out here.